Hey guys, you can now sponsor an episode of The Actual Play. Just head on over to complexaction.net and click the support link at the top of the page. Check out the details, and thanks for supporting the show. You're listening to the Complex Action Actual Play podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by Stephanie Bartlett. Thanks for your support. With their new Decker in tow, almost literally, they finally managed to make it into BlueData past the front security. Can they make it to the secure server and retrieve their data? Or will Elric get his arm ripped off by a security dog? I guess you'll just have to listen and see. Now please enjoy episode 17, In and Out.
If Leroy could just grab the front, I can go down the stairs. We can do this fast.
Yep, that was his plan.
All right, so we're gonna find that stairwell door that's not right by the guard in the lobby.
Yeah, I mean technically, Elric could just levitate you too. That would work.
Save that for going up.
All right. Well,
I text out, "Hey, new guy said he could pull his own weight."
Oh, it's getting pulled.
Charles, kid.
Wow, look at this guy. He lights one dude on fire, and he suddenly got giant brass cojones.
Hey, this is a new guy, and I'm already pretty salty about being abandoned by Haley. So, like, all of that is transferred onto this person.
This poor soul.
I'm very sorry. Out of character, at least.
That's an important question. How many stairs are in this staircase?
We were going to do
Is
the
this
elevator.
I can do the stairs. I got this.
Elevators are death traps.
what do you mean, how many stairs? Do you want me to count them? There's like
Oh, is it like a full staircase straight down, or is it like a landing, halfway down, and then we turn?
Yeah, it's like a halfway down thing, and then it turns back on itself.
I can totally ride down this.
By the way, is your wheelchair, like, motorized at all, or is it just a man-powered wheelchair?
It's not. It probably has some... I do not have the actual drone that was pointed out to me after I built the character. That is a wheelchair. So I just imagine it is more of like those sport-style wheelchairs that athletes have. That's just very sleek and very easy to control, but not necessarily, wirelessly enabled.
Okay.
Kind of a throwback.
I mean, that's not good. Letting the chair define who you are as a person.
All right.
All right, so are we unmolested as we arrive at the stairwell door?
Yeah, one of the guards there's a guard patrolling the hall. Well, it's a guard that kind of is heading down the hall towards the lobby at a pretty brisk pace, presumably answering the call that you heard the other guard making. But you guys are able to get in the door and quickly, and you're in the door now, so you do not get to see whether he noticed. But you're in the stairwell. You guys can carry, with two people can help carry the wheelchair down.
What's your strength, Pillar?
7.
Yeah, you and me got this, no problem. I'm only like strength 4, but...
Elric's like, nah, Leroy, take...
We just...
Elric says, no, Leroy, go ahead and take point. I think Pillar and I can get this.
He's just gonna whatever, kid.
And I step up to one side.
All right. Anybody who does decide to carry him down is not going to have too much of a problem.
I have a strength of 5 right now instead of 2, so...
Oh, so you're feeling pretty buff. That's why.
Yep.
You guys can get it. Throwback isn't exactly the beefiest guy in the world, so...
I'm right here.
So you guys get down the stairs, and there's, of course, another door. You guys open that.
Get down toward the bottom, I say, man, I really thought you were going to have some sort of cooler way to go downstairs.
I'm saving that for the next time. Just wait to see how I go upstairs.
Now, these doors that you open, they're the big heavy type doors, so they make a little bit of noise opening, even if you do it as quiet as you can. So let me, whoever's going to open it, go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Well, before we do that, does this have like any locks on the outside or anything along those lines?
No, it looks like a standard kind of, door. Like it doesn't appear that there are any locks on it.
All right. Do we see anything in the immediate area that we could use as a direct connection port for our Decker?
Not in the stairwell, no.
And we need to get to this room.
Just making sure.
The room itself is separated.
Give the door the old listen and the old sniff test.
Yeah, I'm going to do a matrix perception as well near the door to see if there's any potential tags or alarms that may be attached to it.
I'm going to take a quick peek out just to make sure that nothing is happening in the astral space around us either. Just a quick peek and then back perceiving, not projecting.
All right, one at a time. Let's start with Leroy. What'd you get on your perception?
5 and 5.
All right. The door smells like a door.
Sure. As long as the door doesn't smell like gun oil and manly sweat.
Yeah, nothing's out of the ordinary. What about matrix perception from Throwback?
2 hits on a matrix perception.
All right. You can see that there have been several cameras on the way, but you guys have been concealed. I've been rolling for that. There's a camera on the outside of this door that you can't tell exactly where it's pointing, so you don't know if it'll see the door open or not, but there is a camera on the wall on the other side of this door. What about astral perception?
You want me to roll perception or sensing?
Well, are you a sensing or are you perceiving?
I guess I'm first looking to see if there's anything there.
Okay, then perception.
Alright, that's 3 hits.
Okay, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary in the astral plane. Everything looks golden, good to go.
Alright, I just shift my perception back to the physical.
All right. And did you roll to open the door yet? Stealth?
As long as nobody wants to do anything, yes, I rolled to open the door, which includes if Throwback wants to try and hack that camera before I open it.
Out of direct connection, I'm just as liable to alert them as you opening the door.
Actually, let me see if I have a smart person thing on my character sheet.
I have a data tap if you can find a wire.
Anybody have an endoscope?
No, I'm not a real shadowrunner.
I have a lot of drugs.
I have a mini welder.
Always with the fire.
Hey, my mentor spirit is called Firebringer, okay?
Took that as literal as possible.
It's like, what do you do? I bring fire.
Elric would have noticed in his astral perception, I'm assuming he was looking on the other side of the door, that he would have noticed there was a guard in that cafeteria.
Can't see through walls or doors. So unless I
Just
saw it through a window or something. I was not projecting.
There is a window, there is a window on the door.
Okay. I could have seen him through the window, I think.
Oh, you were just perceiving, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't zipping around the place. I just wanted to
Gotcha.
see if anything was ready to jump on us or something.
There's a guard in the cafeteria. It's a large-ish cafeteria area that this door opens up into. And there's a guard in there, and he seems to be just sitting down at a table, kind of lounging.
Facing towards the door, or not that we can...
Not facing... He's, sideways to it. He's not facing the door, but he's not facing... His back isn't to the door.
All right. Knowing that a guy is in there, I will go ahead and spend one of my 2 points of edge on that sneaky door open roll.
I could try to distract him if we want to go that route. Throw a matrix stun.
Nah, it's fine.
All right. How many hits you get on stealth?
I'm up to 7. I keep 6.
Okay. Well, you open the door pretty quietly. Doesn't seem that anybody stirs.
I would love to make military hand signs to everybody else, but I know at least half of them wouldn't understand that, and I'm under a concealment power, so I don't think you can really see me.
On the far side of this cafeteria, if you were to just follow the wall, is the door to what you presume is a hallway that leads straight to the... there's a hallway off of here that leads straight to the door that you presume is where you're trying to go.
Quick DNI of what do you want to do about this guy?
I tap out and text with my thumbs. Think we can sneak past?
I like yeah, it's probably something we can do.
And I tap it. If we take him out, will
Put
cameras see?
him down and I can threaten him.
I send over a text. I say take him out quietly, but sneakily, if cameras won't see.
All right.
I don't think we have any real reason to take him out. I'm pretty sure we can get across the floor, no problem.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna sneak across.
All right. Well, you guys head down the hall quietly, and you get to the door. When you get to the door that you're heading to, this door it's a solid maglock door. No windows into this one. It's down the hall a little bit, and on the door it says R&D room, or rather it says R&D.
think this is the place.
Yeah, you want to mess with that maglock so you can get a direct connection?
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
I think from what we checked before, it wasn't on the host, but I don't remember for sure. I don't really understand everything that Haley said about computers and stuff.
No, it probably isn't. I'll examine it and see if I can find a place to jack in, or if it's hidden behind maybe a closed panel or something.
No, you can get, there's a connection you could make. Like there's a universal data port.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and jack straight into it and size this thing up, see what kind of device rating it is.
All right, give me a matrix perception.
That's 4 hits on matrix perception.
All right, you can see that this is a device rating 2 door lock.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get started hacking it then with a hack on the fly.
Do it. I dare you.
Oh god. Starting out hot. 3 hits after using a point of edge.
All right, you got 2 net hits, so and that was hack on the fly, right? So go ahead and you got 1 question you can ask.
I don't think there's any questions I really need to ask about the lock right now, so I'll just let it go.
All right, well, you got yourself a mark. What's your mark look like, by the way?
Ooh, I hadn't considered that, actually. I want to leave it unknown for now, because I want to put more thought into that.
Okay. Does that go for your persona as well?
Yeah, I'm really bad about coming up with a persona until I've had a chance to really get to know the character.
Sure. All right. Well, you've got a mark on the door lock.
All right, I'll probably
Which, of course, in your matrix, you would have seen that this is this is a door lock that's attached to a host that is kind of like a separate secure host from the main host of the building. So that, of course, travels upwards. You've got a mark on the host now.
Okay, interesting. Was this secret host running silently, or did I not see it before?
You would have noticed that there was something running silent. I apologize, I didn't tell you that ahead of time, but so I will.
Well, if the room's a Faraday cage, you wouldn't be able to see through it.
Oh, and that's probably
You
why.
might just see this, which isn't wireless, so you wouldn't really have seen it till you jacked into it.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to say that's why I forgot to tell you.
Perfect.
Yeah, because otherwise we didn't even need to come inside. Just stay in my car.
Yeah, technically now we actually don't have to break into the room, but that's completely out of character because Elric has no knowledge of how that would work.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely true. You have access to this host
yeah,
now.
But Elric, think of how many cool staplers there might be behind this door.
God, I will buy him the coolest thing.
Anything to avoid stealing more than we have to.
He's gonna take you out into the wherever the Barrens is and teach you what it's like to be shot. Why he doesn't like it.
That is a threat.
It's not a threat. It's education.
Maybe I can pick up that knowledge in a more organic way in this run.
We'll see.
There's still plenty of time to get shot tonight. I probably need more than 1 mark to convince this lock. Actually, no. If it's connected to a host, I'm going to do a snoop action.
I'm sorry. Quick question. We were just hired to grab the data, right? We don't have to grab. Pardon me. We don't have to grab a prototype or something.
Nope, there presumably is not even a prototype yet. This is just data about a prototype, which should just be on the host.
Sweet, I'll get out of the Decker's way.
I think I said snoop. I want to do a spoof command. Spoof command against the lock.
All right.
And that'll be 4 hits to give the lock the spoofed command that the host is telling it to unlock.
And the light switches from red to green, and you all hear a very small beep as the door lock unlocks.
Your stapler waits.
I was just about to compliment.
All right, so you're able to go in now if you would like. You do have, again, a mark on the host, so that means that, of course, you can now enter the host if you would like.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and enter into the host as hopefully they push me into the room with them.
That's the plan.
All right, well...
Somebody should hang back to watch the hallway.
You got it, Muscles.
Oh,
And,
you went to? Yeah, go for it.
hey, make sure to grab anything that looks valuable inside there. I say to Pillar.
Beaker.
So, from the Matrix, the host that you're on is not a very... it's not a very extravagant host or anything. It looks the architecture inside is very much just like an office building with a lot of file cabinets and like cubicles and stuff like that. Not a whole lot. It's actually not even very big, but yeah.
These places are always so boring in corporate offices. I will start digging through the filing cabinets virtually, trying to locate the prototype device that I was told about. Probably giving a quick glance around to see if I'm alone in here from any other personas first.
Go ahead and give me a matrix perception.
6 hits, I can keep 5.
There is, of course, it looks like a generic looking security guard just walking around with a flashlight, kind of like mechanically shining it here and there, and moving in a pattern. Why don't you go ahead and roll me your logic and sleaze as this security guard with his flashlight moves past you.
5 hits.
Well, one second. So, when a patrol ice detects something, it's like a matrix perception, right? So it just knows that something is there that shouldn't be.
Depends on its search parameters.
And then it has to come investigate.
It would basically notice that something is running silent. It would then have to make another successful test to notice exactly which thing was running silent with another action.
Okay.
And then it might start analyzing it or report back that it found something that was running silent if it's been ordered to do so.
Right. Okay. So now would be a prudent time since you're going to be on a sort of a timer here. If we should roll some initiative.
I got a 19 on a very bad matrix initiative roll.
That is a really bad roll.
All right. Well, you actually get to go first.
Okay. And this thing just shined a flashlight right on me.
It started moving in your direction.
Okay. I am going to try to do a hide action. See if I can't duck behind some filing cabinets. That's 6 hits to hide again.
All right. Well, as your persona ducks behind some virtual file cabinets, what you presume now is a patrol ice shines its flashlight where you were, looks around, and then seems to go back onto its patrol.
All right, let out that deep breath again, and get to looking through some filing cabinets.
Yeah, go for it. We'll be out of combat now. All right, now you were given actually the relevant data that you would need to find what you were looking for. You were given a file, like the name of what this file or what this item would be. So you can probably pretty easily just do a search.
Okay, yeah, I probably hit it out of the park. I got 7 hits on a matrix search, limited to 5.
Yeah, you kind of pull up your interface, virtual interface here, put in the search terms from the data that Throwback was given, and start rifling through some file cabinets, the appropriate ones, and you find exactly what you're looking for. You pull it out.
All right.
It's this big, thick file that's tagged with this information.
I go to kind of grab it and then sort of hesitate for a second, and I'm going to do a matrix perception on the file to see if it's data bombed or encrypted. I got 2 hits, which hopefully is the 2 questions that I need to ask.
Yes. You do notice... I thought you just have to find out that you just noticed there's a data bomb on it.
Yeah, it's just a question I can ask if I get a hit on a matrix perception check. One of the pieces of information I'm allowed to ask for is if there's a data bomb.
Yeah, you actually did get... I got 0 hits.
Okay, so I know there is a data bomb on this?
Yes, there is one.
All right. And is the file encrypted as well?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and need to get a mark on the file then with Hack on the Fly.
All right.
And I probably need to spend my last point of edge because my dice have abandoned me. 3 hits against the file.
You got a mark.
Okay.
And no more edge.
Yeah, I was like, not the right time to have 0 edge. But
Could always burn it.
Yeah.
I forget the exact circumstances, but I do remember at least one point I've seen it happen where using Edge has turned no hits into a critical glitch.
Yeah, with the right dice, that could happen.
I think that might have been when Hayes blew himself up. That was when Hayes blew himself up placing a bomb.
Awesome.
What a wonderful story to tell before I say I'm going to disarm a data bomb.
Yes.
Basically the same thing, right?
You just better hope the data bomb's not very high rating.
Yeah, it's all right. Do a quick configuration of my cyber deck. I don't know if you need me to tell you about those things as I'm doing them.
I'm not too concerned about it.
All right, assume it's often. I have quick configure.
Yeah, I know you have
timing,
the quick config quality, so that's why I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, trying to stay on top of it every turn. But yeah, I think I will go ahead and disarm this data bomb. I've got my virtual bomb disarming suit on right now, like I'm in the military, and I'm gonna walk up and poke it with a stick.
Oh, I should also mention that since it's been manifested and walking with everyone, the Spirit of Man that I have basically looks like a night watchman with clothing kind of an older style and cut. Looks like maybe something that would fit in the 1940s or so. And the humanoid figure has no face, just completely smooth oval head.
Awesomely creepy.
And has basically like a lantern instead of a flashlight. The lantern's this weird looking thing. Different strange moving or rotating parts inside of it. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
So with his eyes closed, Throwback pokes the bomb, 4 successes.
All right, he disarms the data bomb.
Split second goes by, eye peeks open, realize I'm still alive, and I'll quickly jump into trying to decrypt the file. Do the crack file action. This is actually an attack action as well. 3 successes to crack.
All right, you got that too. On a roll.
If nothing immediately jumps down my throat, I'm going to go straight for the edit file. And that's 5 successes to try to copy the file, I think is what I needed to do. Not sure if I needed, within the mission parameters, do we need to delete this? Or do they just want a copy of the information?
Just a copy.
Okay.
Yep. So, you got a copy.
Yeah, then that's good enough for me. My next action is to back out of the host.
All right. Well, you're able to make it out.
It was like, what, 15 seconds or so?
With my
Yeah.
crappy initiative roll, yeah, probably about 9 to 12 seconds for sure. And Throwback will sit up, say, got it.
As you're shifting back to your meat ears, you hear Elric finishing the sentence. How long this is going to take?
Sorry, Your Highness, I was looking for staplers.
Good to go. As Leroy's got his hand on the doorknob, like ready to open it.
You get the swing line at least?
Only the best of the best. I got our pay data. They're gonna know what's up though. That was pretty heavily encrypted.
You trigger any alarms?
Just the ones I had to.
Sounds like we need to go. Let's go.
All right. Yep. I'm going to, I guess, start leading the way with my spirit next to me, but try to sneak back out the way we came since I was out in the hallway.
All
It was
right.
cool showing off how strong I was helping carry the wheelchair downstairs, but I don't want to try to carry it upstairs.
Well, as you guys are leaving, go ahead and everybody give me a stealth roll again.
That looks good.
Well,
2 bits.
Those
I've got 4 ones out of 4 dice.
Yahtzee.
yeah, that's a Yahtzee.
You know, this is the perfect time for something like that, though.
I mean, I have the edge to make that not a crit glitch, but I can't. You can't, right?
No,
4
that's-
dice
Yeah, the
roll.
question is,
Gotta
do
go
you
with that.
want to make that
Nah,
beautiful
nah,
all
I-
ones go away?
The gods have spoken. Let's roll with it. I got 4 ones on 4 dice. Let's see what happens.
It does seem wrong to spend an edge to ruin something like that.
It really does.
All right, so what happens is you guys, are feeling really good about the fact that you got in real easy. You took care of a dog and you got on the secret host, grabbed the data, got out, and feeling really good about herself. Pillar follows behind the group, watching everybody and just not thinking, slams the door, in her energy, falls down or stumbles anyway, makes a bunch of noise. But the slam, everybody is suddenly completely visible, and you'll have to roll initiative.
What are our circumstances at the moment that we become completely visible?
Embarrassed.
After that initiative roll, I would agree.
This is how I ended up in prison the first time.
And what do you mean? What are your circumstances?
Like, are we like passing through a bunch of guards in the lobby, like trying to sneak around a whole bunch of them, or is it like the one guy in the cafeteria downstairs?
You're still downstairs. This is the one guy in the cafeteria. There's the door, the stairwell that you the door to the stairwell that you came up is down the hall a little bit to the left. Down the hall and to the right opens up to the big cafeteria area where there was a guard sitting who just got up and can see you guys as most of you are making your way towards the end of this short hallway.
Okay, so I go on like 35.
Note to self, this will not help Pillar's image in Leroy's eyes.
So Elric it has 35?
Yes.
All right, so
And
Elric...
18 plus 4 dice.
Elric notices, of course, the situation. Everybody is nobody is concealed any longer. Pillar has just slammed the door and presumably probably has a look on her face like, uh-oh, what did I just do?
The guard, what kind of meta type is he?
He's a human.
Okay, and like he just sees us. It's really obvious.
Yeah, he's just jumped up from the chair, startled, and has the gun like half cocked, pointing in that direction, as sort of a reflex.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna hold my action and hope that Leroy can handle this without me having to fry this dude. Because he seems just, he's just doing his job. So I'll just hold my action.
All right. Next up, I believe, is Pillar on 21.
Just gonna tase him, bro. Yeah.
Alrighty.
How far is he from me? 5, 10, 15 meters?
I'd say about 15.
Alright. I'll try it. Ooh, I'm gonna do a good old double tap. Be a -2 to his defense.
All right. How many hits did you get?
It would actually been one less, so it'd be 6.
6 hits?
6 hits.
And it's the same weapon, right? So it was 10S minus 5 AP?
Did I get all 6 hits?
No, you did not.
Oh, sorry. It's 1S minus 5 plus whatever net hits.
Oh, it's 1S.
5S. 5S. 5S minus 5 is the base of my damage.
All right, that's what I wanted to know.
Yes, 5S minus 5. I said double tap, but then I told you semi-automatic burst, so. If you took the -2 to the defense, we'll call it a semi-auto.
All right, you hit him, and he seems to be affected. And so that means it is Throwback's turn.
Going behind the wheelchair mount decker.
Yeah, how's that make you feel?
Pretty bad.
Good. Throwback has 2 marks on a host. Is it the host that...
It's the host that you just left. It's not the main host for the building.
Okay, so that's not where the security personnel's equipment is slaved to. I don't want to pull out my big surprise yet. So I think I am going to hold action until Leroy as well. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm going to activate my cyber deck as a jammer temporarily.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a jam signals. Let me see what kind of rating noise I can create here.
A bunch, hopefully.
I think it's just the rating of your cyber deck, isn't it?
That's how jammers work, but for cyber decks you actually roll a skill test.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it's electronic warfare and something.
And logic, yep. So through my deck, I create 3 noise in an effort to make this man not be able to say or do anything.
Oh, nice.
Electronically.
All right. That's your turn?
Yeah, that is a complex action.
Leroy?
You said he has his gun in hand?
Yes.
What kind of gun is it?
Looks like a heavy pistol.
Okay. And he did get hit with the taser?
Correct.
Alright, I guess I'll just shoot to put him down then. Just double check my bullets here. Before I do that, let me make sure I'm not cheating. Can you put a silencer on a Ruger?
No. That's one of the ones you cannot put a silencer on.
Alright, in that case, we're going to choke him out.
About 15 meters away?
I have an agility of 10.
Alright, well then you're good. You can leap over or dodge around some chairs and over a table or two and get to him.
And I will edge that clinch roll to go to 6 hits.
Now, electricity damage, that does a -1 to everything, right? Or is it more?
-5 initiative, -1 to everything he's going to do.
Got it. All right. You have him clinched.
Well, I guess I would like to take him to the ground.
The clinch is complex, right?
Simple.
Oh, simple. Okay.
Yeah. And it's like you clinch him, and then you can go into one of like 3 things, of which
That's
one
right. That's
is,
right. Okay.
straight to the ground. I think there's a secondary roll involved in.
Well, I'm sure.
I think it's just an unarmed combat situation. Oof, H 195, I believe.
Oh, geez. Yeah, you got him on the ground.
All right, that's me.
After getting hit by the taser and being dropped down to the ground, he's not going to be resisting very much. So you kind of have control over the situation right now.
Could I gently caress him into unconsciousness?
Sure, I'll give you that. As you are caressing him, nope, he doesn't say anything.
I want to say just almost immediately after he starts dropping the guy, I realize, okay, Jig is up here. Cameras probably saw this. I'm going to take some initiative and order my Spirit of Man to go track down any other spirits that are here. And as you encounter each one of them, go ahead and take it out.
Okay, it nods and is on its way.
I ask it to use non-lethal force.
Got
Astral attacks you can do stun or physical. Either way can disrupt a spirit.
Got it.
And it's not the spirit's fault. I have to beat it up. And then I'm going to start astrally perceiving.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing? This guy's unconscious on the ground now.
Time to go.
Does he have a comm link visible?
Yes, he's got one that's like on like a holster on his side.
Sure. I'll just grab it off of his pocket and toss it to, I guess not toss it, because that, hand it to our decker. Be like, yo, can you do anything with this?
I'll sort of look at it for a second, but then I'm going to look up and look around. I mean, there was a camera clearly looking at the cafeteria, right?
Correct.
I'm going to point to that and say, it's probably out of my hands.
Time to go.
It's time to go.
Yeah, Jig is up. We're no longer concealed. We got to get out fast.
Everybody give me a quick perception and how about throwback? Give me a memory test.
Was that instead of a perception or in addition to?
Yeah, because what I'm asking for, memory would probably be better for him.
Just 1 for me.
2 hits on my memory test.
All right, anybody who got 2 hits will either notice, or throwback in particular will remember that this is the cafeteria. There is an exit to the outdoors from this on the other side of the cafeteria on the outside wall. There's a big glass wall all along the outside wall of the cafeteria, and there's just a door there. So there's the way you came in, which is the door underneath the camera that you guys remember, and then on the other side of the cafeteria, there's a big glass wall, and there's a door to the outside there.
What floor are we on?
You are on kind of like the basement level underneath the first floor, the ground level. But on the back side, it's open to the ground. Like the whole building is on a slope, so to speak. So,
okay.
So half the basement level is underground, but the cafeteria opens to the outdoors.
All right.
I'm cool going out that window.
Yeah, I'm gonna
do it.
I'm gonna try to slow him down by bricking the door lock from the cafeteria to the stairwell we used, and definitely urge that we go towards the other exit.
All right, sounds good. Give me whatever you plan to brick it with.
It's just gonna be a data spike. Data spike in a dream. 3 hits.
All right, and how does the damage on a data spike work again?
You can tell me if I got any net hits, and that number plus a bunch of modifications to my cyber deck creates the damage code.
Right, I see. It's based on your attack, right?
Yeah, my attack rating and any potential programs that I have to modify that.
Well, you got 2 net hits.
All right, so that'll make the damage code 9. 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. That'll make the damage code 11 matrix damage.
Well, when you like a badass flick a data spike over to that thing, it erupts in some sparks and fails catastrophically, and you can tell that the device is bricked.
Nice. That only usually happens when I'm... Nice. That usually only happens when I'm trying to use a key card or something.
Ooh, remind me to stay away from you.
I was like, you cast a spell on that thing.
The Matrix is way cooler than magic.
No, ladies, let's go.
Yeah, let's get rolling.
It's all just different sides of the same coin, brother.
All right. Well, as you guys make it out the back door, you'll want to go ahead and roll initiative, as there are security guards approaching from either side down the way on each side, and they see you come out the back door.
Would I have had time to issue like a control device to my car to have it, pulling not straight up to the door, but just around to this side of the building somewhere?
There's probably time to issue the command. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just to deliver the command, not in the expectation that it's there and waiting. I didn't know what side of the building we're going to be exiting on compared to where we had set up our exit strategy.
I go on 30.
Sorry, you going what?
30.
Damn cheating mages.
Yeah,
If I got time to prep.
Want some of that?
I'll look you up later if you live through this.
That's the spirit.
All right. Well, as if it has to be said, Elric goes first.
All right, so the situation is we're coming out of these doors, or this door area.
Yeah, you guys have all just left the back door to the cafeteria. You're on the back side of the building, and there is a guard coming from both your left and your right, and each of them is accompanied by a dog.
And I guess are they obviously well armed? Like big ass, lots of armor and assault rifle? Or are we talking like a guy with an armor jacket and a pistol? I'm not observing detail, but whatever I'd pick up at a cursory glance.
Yeah, they look like the same security guards you've seen. So they're just standard security guards. But these ones are carrying something a little bit bigger than a heavy pistol. They've got some sort of like some sort of like machine pistol or something bigger.
Had my spirit reported that it entered combat yet?
Yes, actually, right before you would have left, your spirit did say that it entered combat. I've already, on my own, resolved that in my way.
Okay, so yeah, just let me know what happens.
I'll let you know. Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, I guess I better act fast. The time for restraining force has passed. I'm gonna go ahead and cast pull up my wand and cast a
1 million.
We'll make it a Force 8 flamethrower spell. All right. After throwing some edge on that, I end up with 6 hits.
Whew. Well, you got 3 net hits.
Okay, he's looking at 11 physical, AP minus 8. And I shrug off my 3 drain easily. Yay, fetish.
That means so many different things.
You get off on hurting these people?
Elric doesn't look like he's getting off. He looks determined, but then again, he's wearing a helmet, so it's really hard to tell.
Well, the flamethrower spell smashes into the guy, and he gets blasted back, and he falls back onto the ground.
Okay, if he took damage, he's also on fire.
Yeah. Yes. But excellent point.
Fairly minimal effect, but end of the combat turn stuff.
Right. Leroy's up.
So these people are below us, or are we on the same level?
You're on the same level. They
are brandishing guns and have dogs?
Correct.
And one guy is horribly on fire and probably burning it.
Yep, and the other, he had a dog running next to him, and coming from the other direction is another security guard and a dog.
And how close are we to just running the hell out of here?
There's on the back side of the building. There's nothing of real interest. There's like a very small. There's a very small portion of the parking lot, and then past that, there's a big hill a big grassy hill. So the vehicle is coming from down the road a little bit and across the street and making its way to you, but from the front of the building.
All right, so I'm going to grab the handlebars on Throwback's chair, tell him to shift it into neutral, time to GTFO.
All right, Pillar?
I'm going to yell at the team to move and shoot. And I'm going to make a leadership action while I am running away.
Which way are you guys headed? Past the on fire guard or the not on fire guard?
I am running whichever direction Leroy really is, toward the car. Probably the on fire guard. He seems safer, right? He's occupied. Did I hold down push to talk on that one?
All right. So you made a leadership roll, right?
Yep. Yeah, I made a rally roll. So anybody who sees me as the leader gets a +2 to their initiative.
All right.
Nice, that's another pass.
So next up will be the security guard that got hit with the fire. He's trying to roll off of the sidewalk that is all going along the building that he just got knocked onto. He's rolling on the ground and patting himself, the fire that's on him, and he's like rolling towards the bushes and off the side and everything. Next to him is a dog that attacks Elric.
I will do my best to not be where the teeth are.
So I suppose that's going to be an unarmed combat.
Well, I'm just doing a defense test.
Sure,
Trying to do
right.
anything
Reaction
fancy.
plus intuition.
I only have 1 point at unarmed. I just started taking karate lessons.
All right. How many hits do you get on your defense?
I have 5 hits.
Whoa.
Yeah, my reaction and intuition are both boosted right now, and I have a combat sense spell active. That was kind of a crappy roll, actually. Actually, about average.
All right. The dog leaps at Elric, who just launched that flamethrower spell, and just barely misses you. You feel it, the heat of its breath as it comes past you, and the, spittle from its open mouth.
Yeah, as Elric desperately throws himself out of the way and the dog gets really close, he sort of unashamedly lets out a bit of a yowl. Ah!
All right. I believe that leaves us with throwback. What's your edge?
My total edge pool is 3.
And
I have 0 remaining.
What comes after edge when you're breaking a tie?
Reaction, I think?
Reaction.
What's your reaction?
4.
What's
Intuition. Intuition. Edge, reaction,
6.
intuition.
All right, you go first.
All right, I beat somebody. Okay, I'm going to, from underneath what's probably some sort of like bag or cloth laying over my lap, I'm going to ready a shotgun that has been there. And I am going to tell Leroy I'm good to go as I fire a round off at this dog that just charged at us.
Push, push, push.
That is 0 hits.
You miss. All right. Next up is the dog that's coming from behind is also going to attack Elric. So I guess you'll get a -1 on your defense for that.
It's still lots of dice. Lots of dice can also suck. I only get 3 hits.
All right, this dog, so Elric yelps and dodges out of the way, and as he does, the next dog comes in and grabs onto his wrist, leaps up and clamps down onto his wrist, and you're going to be resisting 6 physical damage.
Any armor piercing?
No. So I suppose you're probably wearing armor, right? So I'm guessing that'll end up being stun.
I'm wearing armor and I have an armor spell. But I don't soak all of it. I take 2 boxes of damage, which for me, with my low pain tolerance, is enough for that to really hurt. So I go, ah!
All right, and you've got a dog gnawing on your arm.
I mean, like some part of the back of Elric's brain is thinking, I really need to get a dog for my house.
Next up, you hear the other security guard that dog came from, the one that was coming from the other direction. He yells, everybody. He yells, everybody.
Yeah?
My brain just went dead.
What's up, guy?
He says, everybody surrender. The authorities have been notified. And then he kind of takes cover behind like a big stone. He like crouches behind a big stone planter. And he's going to fire at
Elric again.
at Elric.
I did identify myself as a fire-wielding mage.
Yeah.
Everybody else just hoping this poor guy in a wheelchair get out of the building.
Kill the mage before he kills that cripple.
Alright, I got 4 hits on my defense test.
He was firing at him with a gun.
Correct.
I do protect the principal. I don't know if I'm close to him or not.
Yeah, you're pretty close.
Todd, you do this. That's the thing I can do, right?
You'll spend a point of edge, you drop 10 initiative, and you take the full amount of the damage.
Alright, sounds good.
I don't do that. I'm already pretty good at dodging stuff.
Are you now? You got a dog on one arm.
And how many, so what was your defense test? How many hits did you get?
I don't think it matters if Pillar's doing her thing.
Yeah, she
I don't know
doesn't.
how
She
far it
doesn't roll
was.
the defense test.
If I can, I'll jump in front of the bullet for him.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you are taking. So in that case, do I count net hits?
You do, yeah. All the
Yeah.
net hits apply.
All right. Well, then you're taking 8 physical. No. It's not 8 physical. I'm sorry. It's 8 stun and add 1 to your defense.
Well, either way, I got 9, so
All right.
soak that like a champ.
Yeah, you get hit by a gel round that bounces off of you.
As I see you get shot, I yell, Pillar, no!
Oh
Falls
god.
at your feet. I'm like, fine, go.
Granted, I'm yelling inside my mask, so people outside aren't hearing, but over comms, it's really fragging loud.
Depending on how Elric interprets this attack, I feel real sorry for that guard that just shot at her.
Oh god.
All right, it's Elric's turn.
All right, so is this dog biting the arm that's holding my fetish for launching flamethrower spells?
No, the dog isn't really too attached, not in any way that would hinder you.
All right, damn, I didn't really want to cast too many spells. But, I'm going to go ahead and actually, is my spirit still active?
Yes.
Okay, and then I can't just call upon more help. Well, frag it. I'm going to have to, Pillar's pretty much like laying at my feet right now, or is she still on her feet?
She's on her feet.
Okay. I guess I'm going to, seeing that she hasn't fallen down and died, I'm going to assume that she hasn't been mortally wounded, or at least hope for the best. And I'm going to,
Nothing.
I'm going to just kind of shake my head and say sorry as I blast the dog with a, we'll make it a Force 8 flamethrower.
The dog that's down next to you?
Yeah, there's 2 dogs next to me, isn't there? The one that bit me.
Okay.
So we're not outrunning the dogs. All right, 5 hits on that.
You got 2 net.
All right, he's looking at 10 damage, AP minus 8. And of course, the whole being on fire thing.
All right. You reduce that dog is on fire and on the ground and not moving anymore.
All right, no drain.
Next up would be Leroy behind the wheelchair.
I'm not doing anything fancy. Just pushing that chair, going my movement.
All right. So what is your movement? That allows you to go.
I'm agility 10, so it allows me to go 40 meters at a run without a run test.
Right. You're an elf, aren't you?
Sure am.
Yeah. Okay. That should get you just about to the end of the building, almost anyway. You're definitely past with your decker in front of you. You're definitely past, the combat. You will be at the end of this pass. Pillar, you're up. You just got hit by a pea shooter of a gel round.
Is the dog or the guard still an imminent threat?
The dog is focused very much on Elric, and the guard is still pointing an assault weapon, or what looks like an Uzi or something in your guys' direction.
I tried to kick the damn dog. He'll get a -1 to his defense for my reach.
All right. You hit the dog. You got 1 net hit.
That's 9p.
Jeez, what are you wearing?
Glasses, steel boots. That's why I can't.
That's
just
why she
sneak
can't
with
stealth.
shit.
All right, that dog. You feel the crunch of some ribs behind that kick, and the dog whelps and is clearly in pain. Next up would be the guard that's on fire is still rolling, trying to put himself out. So throwback is up.
I'm moving at like Mach 1, right, with this elf pushing me.
Yeah, your hair is blown. Well, you're bald.
I got beard. The beard's whisking in the wind.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. There's no threats in front of me, so I think I'm going to focus on getting the car to a location that Leroy can see and then change his direction to that.
Okay. That's not a problem. So the next guard is going to fire. At. I don't see any reason for him to stop firing at the mage. That's pretty. Mages shooting fireballs left and right is pretty scary. Or flamethrowers. I apologize.
Any penalties, or is he just doing single shots?
He's doing single shots right now. No, give yourself a -2.
So can I act as partial cover?
I already rolled the dice, but I'll just take 2 of my hits away because I got like 8 hits, so 6. If anything, I'm trying to dodge in a way that will make it harder for Pillar to throw herself in front of the bullets.
Fair enough.
All right. A spray of bullets comes your way, and he manages to hit nothing. Elric is up again.
All right. Each spell that I cast is going to take more and more time to clean up.
And actually, I think Elric has two actions before we roll initiative again. So.
Oh, Frag. I'll do what I got to do. I'm gonna. How far away is this guy with the who's got the gun around the corner?
He's probably about. At this point, he's probably about 10 meters away behind a big cement planter.
All right. Yeah, I can easily just walk the 10 meters. I could run even. I'm going to break a little bit of a run to just kind of get around so that I'm like right around behind him a couple meters away. And I'm just going to start. I'm just going to point my wand out to him and say, drop the gun, leave it to the high threat response.
All right. And you have a whole nother action, right? So he's going to put his hands up and throw his, as he's putting his hands up, he'll throw the gun out and kind of put his head down and take a submissive sort of thing.
It's like, good. Observe and report and live another day. And I'm going to take my first action, or my last action of that pass to cleanse some of my astral signature off of this spot.
Go for it.
It doesn't take a test. It just, I've cast 2 Force 8 spells. They'll each last for 8 hours. The signature will remain for 8 hours. So I spent a complex action to reduce one of those to 7.
Okay. All right. So you guys running after the wheelchair squad?
I'm planning on hanging back for a couple of combat turns. Maybe even 15 or 20 seconds or so to just cleanse my signature from the 2 flamethrower spells I cast.
Okay. And Pillar, what is Pillar going to be doing?
But it also depends on what my spirit reports or whether I feel it get popped.
I would like to continue running, but I'm going to stick with my brother.
All right. Well, your brother's hanging out. It won't be too long. Maybe basically after you get done talking to the guard and getting him to drop his weapon, the spirit's gonna come and tell you that it eliminated an air spirit that was patrolling the area.
All right, well, I'm going to thank it for its help, and it's done with its services.
All right.
And, just for reference, I do have to be astrally perceiving as I'm doing the astral cleansing, so if anything pops up in the astral, I get a good chance of seeing it.
Sounds good. The van is not going to take long to get to, or the vehicle is not going to take long to get to you guys, especially as you're running towards it, Throwback and Leroy. So it'll be there pretty quickly, and you are there. You jumping in?
Yeah, the plan is get out. We got what we wanted.
Yeah, the driver door will just slide open, and a little ramp folds out that I can just wheel right into.
Ramps. Kick the bottom of it, pop a big wheelie.
Well, it's not like it's not like a bus where it's going to be a platform that lowers. It's very much just a small step for the chair.
We're not waiting for
help. Yeah, it's not like
Dramatic escape.
It's going to take Elric probably 4 or 5 full combat turns to do the astral cleansing that he wants to do. So assuming that nobody comes chasing after him in the meantime, he's going to finish that job.
Yep. So he will finish, and as he's finishing, some bright lights are going to be coming out the door from the cafeteria out to where Elric and Pillar are. So they're still in the building, but they're pointed out to you guys.
All right, time to move. I say as I finish at the last of it.
You would, if at that moment you guys would be running in the same direction that they would get, I would say that we probably without having to go through it, could assume that you guys would make it to the vehicle before they would get through the cafeteria, out the door, and after you guys. So if you want to...
How wide is that door that goes across the cafeteria?
It's a single like door. It's not like a double door or anything, so it's...
All right.
Do you need to know specifically? Like it's maybe a...
Like how many meters wide is the whole door with the glass and everything?
It's maybe a meter to a meter and a half. It's not very wide.
Okay.
Like a meter and a half.
I'm just gonna go ahead and throw down a you know what? It's probably my last spell for the night. No, that's a spell. I just cleansed. Crap. Never mind.
And then we start all over again.
Yeah, I was thinking I'd put up some sort of a cool thing, but I'm gonna wait. That would completely defeat the purpose of me hanging back and clearing out the evidence. So yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
As we're running, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to conjure up a Force 6 Spirit of Fire.
Okay.
That's 4 hits.
All right. You got 2 net, so 4 drain.
That's 3 services then, because they like me. Take no further drain. And I'm just summoning one to have one around. I'll pick the optional powers of Guard and Fear.
All right. Well, you guys make it in, and in the van, you guys are able to escape. It looks like all the legwork you guys did paid off because you were able to get in. And after burning lots of edge to do it, you were able to get the information you needed and only had to deal with problems on the way out. It's about as good as a run is ever supposed to go.
Yeah, it's actually, like, in my opinion, the perfect kind of run. Get the sneaky tension on the way in, and the way out you get to have some action.
Can only go downhill from here.
Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed it. This show would not be possible without the generous support of our patrons over at Patreon. If you like the show and you want to help support it, head on over to patreon.com/complexaction. Supporting you can get you access to GM notes, the ability to vote in the direction the story's going to take, and also we've added the ability for people to get the chance to join us in our cast party episodes. So if you'd like to do that, just head on over to patreon.com/complexaction and check out the details. The character art seen on our YouTube page and various other social media places was done by the wonderful Ethan Brewerton. Check out his awesome Shadowrun artwork at esbrewerton.tumblr.com. The background music in this episode is brought to you by Prism Shard. To hear more of his Shadowrun-inspired music, head on over to soundcloud.com/prism-shard and give him some love. The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Complex Action to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its websites, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Complex Action in any official capacity whatsoever.